All right, what is up, YouTube? MGO40 here. We have some very spicy deck profiles for you guys today. The first one is the Gokipole deck that we've been waiting for coming out of New Zealand, and this list is spicy. Like, actually, like, this is crazy. So, what you do is you use Giant Ballpark. Giant Ballpark during damage calculation. If a player would take damage, you can make neither player take damage from that battle, and if you do, you get to send one level 4 or lower insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you send a normal monster this way, you can special summon any number of monsters with the same name as that monster from your hand deck or graveyard. And if a monster or monsters you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one insect normal monster from your graveyard. So all these little guys right here all turn into recurable boss monsters. Well, then there's Gokipole. So if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 4 insect monster from your deck to your hand. Then if you added a normal monster, you can special summon it. Then you can destroy one monster on the field with an attack greater than or equal to the special summon monster's attack. So, this with Mr. Giant Ballpark allows us to kind of answer those boards that our opponent is kind of putting out there. So, this is a much different approach to what I would consider our metagame, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is honestly about as spicy as it gets in terms of development and things like that. And I'm honestly hoping, going forward, that players will look at this deck and go, ooh, that's a spicy meatball. So, we have triple copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy a Spring. We have triple copies of Ezectipede, the Warm Warrior. So, can't be normal summoner set. Have to banish an insect monster from your graveyard to special summon it. And if this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you get to mill the top card of your opponent's deck. It's not all that great, but it is an insect extender, essentially, for your plays, which is really important. Triple copies of Mothman for the lamp. One Prankatops. One copy of Doomdozer. Doomdozer he's good. You have to understand that this is going to be your big boy for the most part. Just additional mill power. One Godarla, also an insect. One Gamma Seal. 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Triple copies of Gokipole. Then we have 2 copies of Kumamungus, also an insect. Then we have triple copies of Nibiru. Let's talk about this for a sec, ladies and gentlemen. Main decking this card is great when you just out your entire opponent's field for no real reason. So I think that that's amazing in and in itself. This card just single-handedly allowed this deck to pull its way here. Then we have 3 copies of Resonance Insect. So if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can send one insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. Combo synergy. We have triple copies of Vishuda. We have triple copies of Insect Knight. Triple copies of Neobug. Remember, these are our best ones. We don't have the Power Ranger one yet. We have 1 Foolish Barrel, triple Giant Ballpark, 1 Gold Sark, and then we have triple copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Trisbania, 1 Almirage, 1 Monk of the Tenyi, 1 Abermax, 1 Link Spider, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 2 copies of the Piccolo Philanania. So if this card is linked summon, you can discard 1 card and then target 1 other insect monster you control. Equip 1 insect monster from your deck to it as an equipped spell card, and it will gain 500 attack. And then you can target 3 insect monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them to the deck, and then draw a card. By the way, Pot of Avarice for the deck. We have 1 Boral Sword, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Baguski, 1 Giant Cowboy, and then we have 1 Abyss Dweller. Side deck here, triple Lancia, 1 DD Crow, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Ghost Ogie, triple Twin Twister, triple Red Rebuto, and triple copies of Typhoon, wrapping up Giant Ballpark Gokipole. Like, oh man, I'm just happy to see that insects got the chance to do something, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have been extremely happy to see how this format is developing. You know, the regional stories that I'm seeing this format, the not necessarily like sackage per se, but the overall development of the format is definitely proving to me that there is a lot of room for a lot of rogue decks to get the chance to do something, and that is what we come here for, right? Now, next deck. This is from Michael Hickey. He got 3rd place using Mr. Manju Stun, essentially. So, round 1, our friend beat Altergeist. Round 2, he 2-0'd Striker. Oof. Round 3, beat True Draco 2-1. He said that this was the only game that went into time, and it was War of Attrition for Game 1, and he should have scooped faster. Game 2, Sai put in work. Game 3, got a little bit lucky by having 400 extra damage in time. Round 4, he went 0-2 against Mech Knight Invoked. He sees first cards were Sky Striker Engine, reacted to the cards he played as if he started to spam actual threats, caught me off guard game 2, did not have the right tools in hand to deal with the board, and 3 Super Poly got banned for Desires. Round 5 was against Sky Striker, round 6 was against Paleo Frogs. And then he said, yeah, that's actually the end of the report here. So the deck was amazingly fun. Felt like I was playing in the hat format. The Ring of Destruction was clutch in various matches against Prankertops. Post side, when I had Border on the field, had to remind them that they can't chain Prankertops while Border was up. Also, if you try to pronounce my name, it's Michal Haley or Heishi. There we go. We got it. All right, so he finished third out of his regional, which is pretty interesting. Overall, I think that we'll dig into the build here because this is what we're talking about. So we have 2 copies of Eater of Millions. Thing that you're going to have to understand about this, just excellent Nightmare feel. Like, I understand it conflicts with Extravagance. You have to remember, there are a lot of games where you just won't see these two together, and then you just have to make the executive decision from there what you want to do. Triple copies of Gizmek. Auto special summon shields that eat the opponent's monsters. Triple copies of Gren Maju, the OTK machine. You know how many times people will just lose games to this guy because they're like, oh, where'd that come from? And just you get OTK'd. And we have triple copies of Inspector Board. Like I said, basically your standardized stun deck with an OTK machine. We have 1 Foolish Braille, triple Desires, 2 Duality, and triple copies of Pot of Extravagance. Traps. Now this is why I say this is a stun deck. So we have triple copies of Compulse, triple copies of Crackdown, triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, 1 Ring of Destruction. I actually like this. This is some hot chain ability here. Triple Solemn Judgment, triple Solemn Steerike, 1 Warning, and 2 copies of There Can Only Be One. Then we have 2 copies of Hayate. Oh man, Crackdown, steal your opponent's Sky Striker, start attacking directly in time. That's what we want to talk about here. 1 Soldier of Chaos, 1 number 23, 1 Gagaga Cowboy, 2 copies of Ding Ding, 2 Starving Venom, 2 Violet Chimera, 1 Dragostopalia, 2 Mud, and then 1 copy of the Elysium. Then side deck here I have triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Sphere Mode, triple copies of Super Polymerization, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Heavy Storm Duster. Wrapping up what appears to be a very good list from our friend Michelle. So I do actually like this quite a lot. Maybe I'll play something like this. This just generally has my attention. Like, I see stun monsters, I'm happy. Now, the last list we're going to be covering here really fast is going second Orcust. In terms of overall development, this format, I didn't expect to see this deck evolving to go second. And it's very much possible because everybody's starting to side Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. Like, if you're going into a format now and you're playing Orcust, you better be packing these in some way. So, this is some love for the Orcust deck. So we have 1 Armageddon Knight, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Gizmek, triple copies of the Nightmare Corruptor Ibly, 1 Symbol Skeleton, and triple Harp Horror. I know a few people have been talking about wanting to play 2 of these, but it's such a brick. 2 Orcust Nightmare, 2 Scrap Recycler, triple Vishuddha, and the 1 copy of the World Wand. Then we have triple Call by the Grave, triple Cosmic, 1 MST, triple Instant Fusion, triple Mind Control, 1 Monster Reborn, triple Babel, 1 Orchestrated Return. We have triple Imperm and 1 copy of the Crescendo. Down here we have 1 Trisbania, 1 Topologic, 1 Monk, 1 Langrisu, 1 Phoenix, 1 Mermaid, and the 1 Cerberus. Triple Galatea, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 2 Dingrisu, 1 Dazai Strict, and the 1 copy of the Winda. Side deck here, triple Lancia, triple Mr. Brock. Then we have the 1 copy Mega Fleet, 2 Dark Ruler No More, triple Twin Twister, and triple copies of Red Reboot. Wrapping this up. For this being standard going second, I mean, basically mind controls, cosmics to clean up your standard field. You know, you basically can bring in the Mega Fleet when you see in the appropriate matchup if you actually need it. Like, this is pretty straightforward for what you're really kind of looking for in just a going second deck overall. So, guys, what do you think about the development of the format here? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these very interesting decks coming out of the weekend. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out, guys. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanco40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.